The kind of ingenuity it takes to use a log to prop up your camper that's sitting on pallets. So as you can see, we have a problem out here. And this problem kind of spreads all out this part of the woods out here, but luckily we have Jeremy and Kevin here who want to do something about it. So take it away, guys.
Kevin Hopper with the Public Land Stewards, Bend, Oregon. This is Jeremy Evans. We are stewards of our public lands. We have partnerships with Discover Your Forest and the Deschutes National Forest. We are out here scouting today for a cleanup that is happening on March 26th. You can find info about it at plsbend.org.
Your turn.
Yeah, I'm Jeremy Evans with PLS Bend. We're out here, we've been doing cleanups for about 5 years, 6 years. It started with the Central Oregon Land Cruisers, basically a local car club that I helped found quite a few years ago. And one of our younger members a few years ago asked us if we could put on a cleanup. He wanted to kind of make a difference. He's about 18 at the time, and it really impacted him what was going on. So we started doing cleanups. Over the last 5 years, they've developed into a pretty major thing that over COVID, being an official club and everything, we had to kind of shut those down. Kevin and I decided to carry on with them and had a large number of volunteers participate and help out with those. In the last 2 years during COVID, we took out something like 30,000 pounds of trash, along with last year we were able to get authorization by working with the Forest Service and Discover Your Forest to remove vehicles, which Casey was a huge help in. I think you might have seen the video.
I will put a link to that video right there.
Yeah.
You'll see it. Hopefully it'll be right there.
Right, yeah. Potentially, maybe.
There
It's
might
possible.
be a link right here if I can figure it out.
But during those cleanups, we realized that there was a huge need for it to continue and grow. So that was not long ago we founded PLS Bend. We're hoping to expand and kind of take this concept nationwide as we've developed relationships with different organizations to really come in and make a big difference and get everybody on the same page with it.
Our partnerships are across all access groups, everything from motorized to hikers, bikers, horseback, you name it. We're trying to engage the entire community. This problem affects all of us. It affects all user groups, and it affects our access to these public lands. Many parts of the country don't have access to public lands like we have here in Central Oregon, and we don't want to lose that. And all you have to do is look by neighboring areas elsewhere in the state and other states to see that areas that get trashed eventually don't have the resources to deal with all this trash. And unfortunately, a simple solution to that at times is putting up gates, cutting off access. There is numerous reasons trash ends up out here. There's not just one single case or one user group. It is everything from dumping to abandonment to you name it. There's every type of reason that all this trash ends up out here.
Speaking on user groups that are out here, a lot of times we start pointing fingers at different groups, different people, different segments of society. And what we found over the last few cleanups is that it's not just one. It's not, we can't just point finger at one group and say, well, if we get rid of them or if we stop this, it's going to go away. It's all of it.
What I saw in the last cleanup, a lot of the people who are living out here were helping in the cleanup.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's a lot of camps out here that are very clean, well taken care of.
They even help
look at
other areas.
Yeah.
You guys saw when I went and got John's van from where he was living, actually much deeper out in these same woods. Did you see a speck of trash or anything around there? That place was spotless, which is one of the big reasons I'm like, we need to help this guy. This is a guy who's trying to take care of the woods. So it's not just all the people living out here trashing the place. It's not what's happening. A lot of them are very actively trying to clean it up and keep it clean and not do this.
There are encampments out here that come into an area and clean it up or clean up neighboring camps, and a lot of them are looking out for their neighborhood. It's a community out here, and we have relationships with many people out here who clean up bordering camps and help us find areas that need cleanups. So there's a lot of people out here that are trying to do good, and just like every neighborhood everywhere, there's always a bad neighbor and there's always somebody leaving a mess for others to clean up.
So today what we're doing is a scouting mission, really, to find all these abandoned camps that we can, the severity of the cleanup that needs to be done in each one, come up with a plan for next weekend when we do the cleanup. And the other thing is with this video is try to get as many volunteers out here as we can. So you said March 26th,
9 a.m.
9
PLS
a.m.
Bend.
Yep.
Yeah. All the info you'll need to be at plsbend.org.
plsbend.org, and you'll find links there with information about the cleanups, future cleanups, and please sign up. It is critical to our cleanups that people sign up. We have to allocate resources, and we also like feeding our volunteers, so we like to know how many people we need to feed.
And there'll be a link to that at the top comment below in this video and in the description.
And we have some local businesses are taking care of us with food, beverages,
Supplies, resources.
raffle goodies.
Yep.
So we'd love to be able to give everyone food, drinks, make sure everyone has a good time after this. It's a good time out here in the community afterwards, getting together and kind of seeing what you did over a meal is pretty rad.
Yeah. Well, should we get scouting?
Yeah,
We should.
let's do it.
Let's go.
Thank you.
So this is a very large Arctic Fox camper, slide out and everything, and it is sitting on 2 pallets and 1 sawhorse with a log holding up the slide. As you can see, it's been here for quite a while and still standing, which is fairly impressive. Last registered 2019 on whatever vehicle it was on. Just crazy the type of stuff you find out here. Take a look here. Here's transmission valve bodies. There's transmission housing and output shaft. Probably out of the truck that hauled this thing out here. Or maybe that van over there. Now over here we have a van, and that comes with its own set of challenges once it's a vehicle. This trash and stuff like this, we can cut up, clean up, throw away all we want. A vehicle, if it's left out here like this, is most likely stolen and abandoned. We can't just pick these up and haul them out of here as much as we want to. The Forest Service law enforcement side has to come out, tag the vehicles, run the VIN number, and I know this makes no sense at all, but legally, they have to tag the vehicles with notice that they're going to be towed if not moved within 3 days or whatever it is. I know, no one's coming back for this, but has to be legally tagged for tow. Then once all that's cleared and we get permission, then we can take these and move them and haul them out of here. As much as it'd be super easy for me to come on, hook onto this with a tow truck and haul it away right now, legally can't do that. Now things like the roof to it over here, we can cut that up and haul it off, no big deal. But the van itself, can't do. There's a whole bunch of other vehicles out here that we're gonna mark the location of, that way when we do get, or we can get the law enforcement out here to tag them and go through all the proper legal channels, we can set up a day to do the vehicle cleanup. But this coming Saturday is gonna be the trash cleanup. All right, so we got that side all marked and tagged. We got Alex and Zach right there. They're coming out to help out too and help do the cleanup and everything. So we are gonna head across the road to the east side and go look for some more sites over there. So I know I'm gonna get some questions on how is it to drive the Jeep with the tires on it after having the tractor so long. And the one major problem I found with the tires is now the tires are so quiet that I can hear all the squeaks and rattles that a 30-year-old Jeep makes. So the big benefit to the tracks is they're so loud you don't hear all the other problems that your Jeep has. Okay, well out here walking around scouting, finding the trash and stuff like that to mark to clean up, we came across a perfect example of why we want to clean places like this up and keep it so nice. It's a whole herd of deer. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about 10 deer, all just sitting right here, and here's all this trash on the ground. So So we're not just cleaning this up for people and to make it better for us to be out here and to keep the public land open and all that. This is also where all the animals live, and they don't need to live in this. So volunteering to come out and clean this stuff up just helps on a whole bunch of different levels, not just for ourselves. It's like a little bit more here. I'll mark that. Alright, we just identified another spot right there, so we're going to head another 100 yards or so out this road and then turn to the south and parallel it down. We don't want to get too far out away from the main road, because the thing about lazy people is they're lazy, so they don't put a whole lot of effort into going out and dumping trash. So once you get a little ways out off the main road, it pretty well stops, which is good because on one hand it's just closer for the cleanup, and two, it keeps the deeper parts of the forest nice and clean. Oh, here's one. Yeah, there's a lot here. There's a bunch of burned up stuff over here. Good kindling ready to go. And just look at the trash spread all the way down the hillside here. This is bad. All up in there. Look at all, like, Pringles cans everywhere. Put your hand on the wall.
Oh my.
That's probably evidence in a crime that you're touching. Like, this would be a beautiful spot to go out and camp. Like, you got perfect fire pit set up, the trees, got the rocks, nice little view over the valley here. But it's trashed. There's a lot of trash. We're gonna fix that though. All right, well, that sucks. It's a beautiful little campsite, so got it marked and tagged and pictures of what's there, so we know what we need to send out here as far as cleanup resources, and we want to look for more. Talk about Swiss cheese. Alright, we drove around, we found and marked about half a dozen sites that are some pretty good cleanups, and now we're heading back over to meet up with the rest of the group. We all split up into teams and searched different areas of this woods. So now we're heading back to meet up with everyone else at Coyote Butte, which is right here. And where else would you meet but the top of the butte? So up we go. Look at that view.
Get out of the way. I got out of the way.
All right, so we did a bunch of scouting. We found lots of stuff that
Campers,
quite a bit we didn't even know was there.
Trash,
As always.
all the things.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're gonna get a game plan together with the locations we have marked and what we found in the different areas. But next Saturday, the 26th, 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
On China Hat Road at the power line intersection. There'll be links at plsbend.org.
We'll be at both at the power lines and Coyote Butte.
Perfect.
Come out, sign up.
Please sign up. We want to provide you food, we want to provide you beverages, and we want to know who's coming. It gives us a better head count, and we can prepare better.
So anyone who's in the area and free and wants to help out, we'd love your support. Like I said, go check that out. They've got all the links for info you need on it. Any other support? Is there any other way they can support?
Donations to Discover Your Forest.
Okay.
In the name of public land stewards.
Yep.
That will be in the link down below too.
Yep. Go to the website. We should have some of the links up directly to that. They're working on those right now. Basically, they should be able to have a link on our site where you can donate directly to what we do through Discover Your Forest.
Perfect. Well, thanks to both of these guys for doing so much to take care of our forest and public lands out here. Thanks to any of you who want to support. Thanks to you who are going to come out, because I know some of you are. And we'll see you Saturday.
And thanks to people like Casey who come out.
Yeah, showing up. At the end of the day, what matters is showing up. People like to talk. We like people to show up.
Yeah, it's a good cause. I like doing it. We'll be here Saturday too, so hopefully we'll see you then. You got your punch card?
I did.
Sir, you can't park there. You can't park.
This is a no parking zone. Okay, so you do have.
No, he's got tow points. Trust me.
That'll work.
Yeah, we're good.
Hey,
Thanks,
I'm
hooked to us.
ready to be unstuck.